Welcome to second day of today's masterclass. Reduce your child's screen time without nagging, threatening, or taking away the devices. This masterclass will have 3 series of videos. The first masterclass, number 1, how to get your children to use screen or internet responsibly, which is on 10 October 2023, Tuesday. We also have the second masterclass, 3 steps formula to reduce your child's screen time without nagging, threatening, or taking away the devices. It is happening on today, 14 October 2023, Thursday. And we have the masterclass number 3, which is how to get your child to get off screen automatically on their own without the need to police them, which is happening on 14th of October, Saturday. Masterclass number 1, how to get our children to use the internet responsibly. In this masterclass, you will discover the mistakes that parents make when it comes to their child's screen time. What can we do with our children and their screen time? Why are you probably struggling with your child's screen time? What else can you do when your child is addicted to the screen or internet and limiting screen time is not working? In the masterclass number 2, you will actually discover the 3-step formula to reduce your child's screen time without nagging, threatening, or taking away the devices. How does a good screen habit look like? How to empower your children to use screen, internet responsibly and stay safe online. And how to respond to your child and guide them back to the family. In the masterclass number 3, you will actually learn how to use agreement to get your child agree to stick to what they agree about their screen time. You are also able to use our diagnostic tool if you find your child constantly breaking his promise or words and not sticking to his agreed screen time. How to set healthy boundaries with the technological device, apps, as a family, so everyone in the family units are using the devices responsibly and safely. How billion-dollar tech industries gamble with your child and their screen time. The screen and the internet is so addictive. How can we create interest enough to get off the screens automatically? And how can we create a balanced life between our online and physical world? And so much more. Mark these dates into your calendar, which is 10, 12, and 14th. All the videos are recorded and available for viewing until 23rd October 2023. Join our Facebook group. You can actually head on to www.facebook.com/groups/reduce your child's screen time. You can also scan the QR code to join this Facebook group. Do it right now so that you can actually join the Facebook group right now. So here are some of the benefits of joining the group. You can actually download the worksheets and do the homework. And I recommend you to post your homework in the Facebook group so I can actually review your work. Doing the homework together, it means that you are joining a group of parents who are committed to reducing their child's screen time. Here is another benefit of joining the Facebook group. You can actually post your questions in the Facebook group. So I can actually answer and clear any doubts you have about reducing your child's screen time. So head to our Facebook group right now, scan the QR code, and I'll see you in the Facebook group. So, did you watch the first video of Day 1 Masterclass? If you missed the first video, I want you to stop this video right now and watch the first video first. If you have actually watched your Day 1 video, I want you to type in the comment, #nurture, so that I know that you have actually watched Day 1 Masterclass. If you have not watched it, pause the video and go to the day one masterclass. And you can also scan the QR code, or basically stop this video, scroll down to the video, the bottom of the page, and you will see the day one masterclass. Congratulations. I'm so excited to have you join in this free masterclass. For those who are still watching the masterclass, doing the assignment or posting your homework, you are committing yourself 100%. You are doing great work. Why? Because you are on a mission to reconnect with your child and to nurture good screen habits, to free them from being addicted to the screens or internet, to gain back their childhood. It is a mission to free yourself from having to be there all the time to police them, to feel safe and have peace of mind, knowing your child can self-regulate their screen time. It is also a mission to free yourself from having to feel frustrated and defeated by the screens, to feel connected with your children and gain back family time. I want to give you a high five for staying connected, committed here. And here's the high five. Please give high five and comment to all your fellow parents for completing their assignments and showing up for the masterclass. Let's recap. In yesterday's masterclass, in the day one masterclass, we debunked the false belief about the screen or internet. The screen and internet is bad or evil. It is not entirely true. If you know how to use it wisely and with purpose, it can propel you for a better future, and it is a good place for you to learn new skills and to nourish your passions and talent. And in the day one masterclass, I also discussed about the 3 ways for us to deal with our children's screen and internet. So basically, what can we do with our children with their screens or internet? And in day one masterclass, I actually discovered about the 3 ways we can deal with the screen or internet. And here are them. The first option is screen-free parenting. If you want to know about how this is set up, go back to day one masterclass, because I'm not going to repeat here. So please go back to day one masterclass and do the work. So in day one masterclass, we actually talk about the option number 1, screen-free parenting. We also talk about option number 2, which is controlling and limiting the screen time. And I present you the option number 3, which is the nurture good screen habits. For those who are committed to this masterclass, you realize tech is going to stay. And you want to figure out how to live with it. If you think that the tech is not going to stay, the solution is very simple. Just remove the screens or internet from your children, period. Problem solved. You also wanted to have a better and healthier relationship with your child. You do not want or let the screens to ruin or damage the relationship you have with your child. For those who believe nurture good screen habits is the only way, which I believe, type #only way in the comments below. Therefore, I'm here to support you. I'll use the screens, internet, electronics, or tech devices interchangeably. Let's go through this together. I want to dive into the day one homework. In the day one homework, I actually ask you a question. When you crush it over the next 2 or 3 months, describe what needs to happen in order for you, what needs to happen in your children's life and your life that you have a wow, this is really successful. Take a minute and note in your notebook. How does it look or feel like when you have achieved this? Some of you may not be able to think about how good screen habits looks like. For myself, this is how I define it. The children can set boundaries with the screens. They can regulate their screen time and have a balanced life between their online and physical world. They use the screens mindfully with intention and purpose. And they use the screen internet to nurture their passions, talents, and hobbies. Here are my children's screen habits. So Sven, and who is 13 years old right now, and Wei, who is 10 years old. Let me share about some of the stories of my eldest daughter, Sven. And she's right now 13 years old. She can self-regulate her own screen time, and we have set clear boundaries with the tech devices. Sven and I also discussed and agreed on her smartphone use. When I started so-called digital parenting, she was only 10 years old. And that was in the year of 2020 when COVID came and we are in the lockdown. Now she practices mindfulness in her screen use. She is also aware that she tends to go to her smartphone whenever she is sad, angry, or overwhelmed. Here are some of the Facebook posts I post about Sven. So in this post, in these stories, I actually share that Sven wanted to have most YouTube time. When she actually requested that, I keep calm and look at her, and she continued and showed me the digital well-being of her smartphone. See, I only watch YouTube for 30 minutes. I've completed my homework and it's still early before my bedtime, so I wanted to watch more. So Sven and I had an agreement of 30 minutes to watch her favorite influencer YouTube video, and this is back in 2021. I then asked, how much do you want? And she exclaimed, 30 minutes. I smiled and say, okay, go ahead. I also cultivate the mindfulness of the internet or YouTube use in my children. We always talk about the boundaries and how much time we have used and whether we have used them for intention and purpose. I also taught Swen how she can monitor her internet use on her smartphone. Although I have the parental control software on her smartphone, I did not activate the screen time functions on the device. I wanted them to learn to self-regulate their use of digital devices. And I'm so glad that she mastered it well and she made conscious choice that she wanted to watch more. So I'm actually happy to share this progress with other parents. So here's another post. So Swen actually recognized that she had the tendency to escape to her smartphone whenever she's angry, sad, or overwhelmed. So here's the post that I shared. Whenever I feel angry, sad, or overwhelmed, I will look at my smartphone and watch funny stories. It makes me happy for a while. When I stop it, my angry or sad feelings will come back again. So this is exactly what Swen shared with me. And I was so shocked, but at the same time, extremely happy that Swen has heightened her mindfulness use of her smartphone. She recognized that she was escaping some pain and gained pleasure from her smartphone, but it didn't help much. So let's hear from Swen, how she thinks is the best way to handle this escape. Her main language is Mandarin, so bear with her English. Zishan, just now you mentioned to mommy that whenever you are sad, angry, you feel overwhelmed, you will go to your smartphone and watch your funny stories.
Yes.
And why do you do that?
Because when I watch my phone, some funny stories will make me laugh for a while, a short time. After that, I stop it, and the negative motion is come back again.
So you feel bad, sad, or overwhelmed, or angry again?
Yeah.
Even after you watch the phone?
Yes.
Okay. So what about when you meditate?
When I meditate, after I meditate, I feel calm and relaxed. The negative motion is a bit less, so I can say to myself, don't so angry, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Or some small things only.
Okay, that's great. So you are going to your phone to get some pleasure or make you happy again, and you find that it seems not effective as meditate, right?
Right.
And if you are angry again, overwhelmed again, or sad again, which one will you go? You go to your phone, or you want to meditate with mommy again?
Meditate with mommy again.
Okay. Okay, that's all for my sharing. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So some of you have known me for a while. 𝗠𝘀𝗀𝗃 was infected with COVID back in early July 2022. Just right before that incident, I have a call with one of my students where she was sharing with me that her son's screen time increased when he was sick and inside his bedroom. So when you are quarantined in a room and you can't go anywhere, what else you can do? Most people will just stare at their smartphone all the time. So 𝗠𝘀𝗀𝗃 recognized that she was bored after 2 hours of the smartphone, be it watching YouTube or mobile gaming. After 2 hours, she recognized she need to switch to another activities. During these 2 days, we also discussed what are the options she can do during her quarantine as she's alone most of the time. So far, her daily activities are basically measuring her own temperature and oxygen level, reading books, meditate, painting, watch YouTube videos, communicate in video chat with her friends, and playing video games. So watch her first day sharing of a day 1 quarantine. I couldn't be proud of her when she was able to regulate her screen use despite she was in a quarantine. Today is 𝗁𝘀𝗀𝗃's first day quarantine after diagnosed with COVID. Well, 𝗁𝘀𝗀𝗃, she only have a bit of cough and phlegm and a bit of flu only. Other than that, she is well. 𝗁𝘀𝗀𝗃, can you share with us what do you do in the morning after you wake up?
I wake up, then I test my temperature and I test my oxygen, which is the
oximeter.
Yeah.
And then what else?
Then I brush my teeth. Then I saw my temperature is still a bit high, but it's not so high. My oxygen is still the same. And I go to brush my teeth and eat my breakfast. After that, I eat my medicine. Then I shower. Then I have nothing to do and just watch my phone. And later, half an hour out, I go to paint. After I paint, I still watch my phone. But after a while, I felt boring.
Okay, so you felt boring after watch your smartphone for a while, right?
Yeah.
What is the maximum you can watch your smartphone? Then you realize, wow, it's boring. I need to switch to do other things already.
2 hours.
2 hours. So that's the maximum. So today, this morning, you watch your phone for 2 hours first?
Yes.
That you feel bored and you recognize you need to switch to do painting.
Yeah.
So what do you plan to do during these few days of quarantine at your third bedroom? You have asked Mama to give you the paints to you.
Yeah.
Books. What else?
I can learn some things online.
Okay. So I see that you want to learn from 𝗁𝘀𝗃𝗀𝗃, your favorite brain coach, right?
Yeah.
So you will do something learn from 𝗁𝘁𝗃𝗀𝗃?
Yes.
Okay, so tomorrow we will talk again and tell how's your second day of the quarantine. So overall, how do you feel, 𝗁𝘀𝗀𝗃? So let me share some stories about my 𝗦𝘁, my 10-year-old son. We also help him to set clear boundaries with the screen. We also discussed and agreed on his iPad use. 𝗦𝘁 always uses his iPad with intention and purpose. It is usually to find inspiration and ideas for his artwork and comic drawing. So when 𝗦𝘁 was younger, like 5 or 6 years old, he likes to draw. But I'm not good at drawing. So I introduced him using search button from YouTube Kids and search how to draw Spider-Man. From there, he constantly searched for his ideas to draw Spider-Man's, draw, relearn again, and improve his artwork. So here's on the bottom left of this slides is 𝗦's artwork when he was 5 to 6 years old. And on the bottom right is 𝗦's artworks, a Spider-Man drawing when he was 8 years old. You can see that there is a tremendous change in how he draw his Spider-Man. And top right is 𝗦's 3D Spider-Man, where he think of a Spider-Man walking vertically on the wall, looking down on the streets. And he was so resourceful that he used tapes to make the Spider-Man drawing harder so it can stand on its own. He even used hanger on the wall to present this piece of artwork. It works for my second son, 𝗦. It is a purpose and intention use of YouTube Kids. And from there, he brought this into the real world where he applied and used his imagination to do his artwork. Here is the thing. I started early before I passed them the tech devices. And back then, 𝗠𝘀 was only 10 years old and 𝗦 was only 7 years old. I did not wait until the problem arose because I wanted to prevent screen addiction. For this masterclass, I'm going to review the 3-step framework to reduce your child's screen time. The first one is response to our children's misbehavior. The second is to set boundaries with the screens. And the third is to set agreement on the screen use. And in today's masterclass, I'm going to deep dive into response to our children's misbehavior. I want you to recall back the time that you had a fight, arguments, or dissatisfaction with your children. It could be related to their screen or tech devices. I want you to do this exercise together with me. And right now, find a comfortable position and begin to relax. And I want you to close your eyes and do some breathing. Breathe in through your nose, hold, and breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose again, hold, and breathe out. And you may want to stretch your muscles and correct your position of sitting so that you are in a relaxed moment. And breathe in again, hold, and breathe out through your mouth, hold. Breathe in again, hold, and breathe out, hold. I want you to recall back to the time that when you have a hard fight, arguments, or dissatisfaction with your children. It could be related to the screens or their tech devices. Can you recall the scene? Where is it? Bring you back to the scene. It could be your home dining table or living hall. Where were you standing at the time? Where was your child standing or sitting? Can you recall what happened? Did you fight with them? Did you lash out? And what was your reaction? I want you to dig deeper. What is it triggering you? Is it their words, their actions, or their reactions? And how was you feeling at that time? What was the feeling? Is it frustration, anger, or disappointment? Are you feeling frustrated that they never listen? Are you feeling that your authority as a parent is being challenged? Do you feel that they are not respecting you as a parent? Are you feeling helpless and not sure how to tell them anymore? Do you feel that you have lost your child to the screens? Or do you feel that you have no control over them anymore? Whatever the feeling is, I want you to name it out. What were the thoughts that come at that moment? Recall back that thoughts at the time. And here are some of it. He seems to be giving so many problems. He starts to get angry and aggressive when the tech devices are taken away from him. What are your thoughts at that moment? Just name it out. Okay, you are doing okay. Calm down. I want you to remember to breathe in and hold and breathe out. Hold. And in the count of 1 to 3, I want you to open your eyes. 1, 2, and 3. Open your eyes. Now, go to the Facebook group and download the Day 2 worksheet and document this. All the questions I've asked you in the exercise is already in the worksheets, and all you need is just to document all this. So how did it go? What was your reflection on the incident? And type in the comment and share with us what was your reflection on that incident. Please go to the Facebook group and post your homework, and I shall review your homework and perhaps share some tips with you. Please note that there's no shaming and blaming here in the group. We all have been there. Being a parent is not an easy task. We love our children and have emotional attachment to them, and it's easy for us to react. I want to share some of my reflections when I did exercise. I used to be in your shoes too. I threw Sven out of the house as I reacted to her misbehavior. And this is back many years ago, before 2019. When Sven was younger, there was one incident that I feel challenged as mom, and I thought Sven wanted to defy my instructions. My mother-in-law presence and stare have indicated that I failed as a mom. That's when I reacted and even threw her out of the house. When Sven refused to do as per my instructions, I felt out of control, and I have no control over that. After I've calmed down and paused and this, I realized that I was causing so much pain to Sven, and that she felt that she was not loved and not wanted in the house. Not only that, I also caused so much pain to myself and this family, and caused this family dynamics of constant fighting, shouting, and yelling continue to stay in the family. And really, what a horrible family dynamics to be in. One of my friends' father passed away in year 2020, and I managed to meet him for a short coffee. He shared what happened and how his relationship with his father. I remember his lines. My father always scolded me, and he continued to scold me just before he died. Wow. What a heartbreaking sentence. I don't want Sven and my other children to remember me as my mom doesn't love me. My mom thinks I'm a loser. I'm not worthy of love. And that's when I decided to change my family needed me to be. Some of you felt that you have lost your children to the screens or internet. What if I tell you that all is just your thoughts? You didn't lose your child to your screen or internet. It's just that how you react at the time, at that moment. Some of you also feel that you are powerless or lost control of your children. And what if I also tell you that this is also a false belief? When we stop reacting and responding, we gain back the power. Because whenever you feel all these feelings that you have no power, you lost power, or you have lost your child to your screens or internet, you feel powerless. And when you have that kind of feeling, you will react. And therefore, we need to gain back our power by responding to our children's misbehavior. When it comes to reactions, there are two types. overreaction and underreactions. Overreaction is defined as responding more emotionally and forcibly than it's justified. Underreactions, on the other way, is defined as reacting with insufficient enthusiasm, force, or emphasis. No matter whether it is overreact or underreact, there are consequences to these reactions. Therefore, we need to learn to respond and, most importantly, bring our children back to the family. Remember, when we react, we push them away. We need to respond and bring them back to the family. Here are the steps to stop react and response. The first step is to discover your triggers and why you are reacting. The second step is to actually raise your self-awareness of your reactions. And the first step of change is always awareness. When you are able to raise your self-awareness and realize that why you react, you can actually defy that and calm that down. And that's when you can start responding. And today, whenever you feel triggered, try to do the exercise we did just now. Once you can calm down, see what is your actions towards your children and what would be your children's response today. Please go through this exercise and share with us in the Facebook group. And if you can go live, share with us, that will be good. It's a way for us to commit in part of a community to help our children to reduce their screen time. I want to present you some of the case studies of my students. How Zach, a young father who was able to turn around no iPad equals to tantrums and meltdowns, to reducing his children's screen time to 2 hours on weekends without fights, meltdowns, or tantrums. This is Zach and his children's age of 5, 4, and 2. And thank you, Zach, for giving me the permissions to share his beautiful family pictures. Before working with us, or before introducing screen time, Zach and his wife were very careful. They found it incredibly hard, especially when their children are so interested in the iPad, smartphone, and YouTube. Their children spend around 6 hours a day on their iPad and smartphone. In 2 months after working with us, Zach and his wife managed to reduce their child screen time to 6 hours to only 2 hours during weekend, and weekdays there's no screen time. In the past, whenever they refused to pass the iPad or smartphone, their children will act violently, fight, throw tantrums, or even have meltdowns. After working with us, now they can take away their devices from their children without fights, tantrums, or meltdowns. Their children are calm and know it is time to pass the iPad and smartphone. In the past, Zach and his wife did not set clear boundaries on screen use. They have no idea how to communicate with their expectations to their children, as their children are so young. Zach applied never fight with your kids method, non-fanciful yet effective 3-step systems. Instead of reacting, Zach and his wife responded better to help their children regulate the screen time. As a result, their children now understand the boundaries and have agreement on their screen use. In the past, Zach and his wife wanted to be a better parents, and they tried to learn from YouTube and attended some parenting courses. They know all the theories but could not implement them. And Zach and his wife found that the whole program is just more than reducing their child's screen time. It is a holistic parenting program to nurture their children as a whole people. Zach and his wife found that the program has a step-by-step to make it actionable and relatable to them and put in their family context. This allows them to implement things they wanted to nurture happier, healthier, and more courageous children. Zach and his wife have been to different parenting programs before. They attended the webinar and applied one of the secrets just shared, and it showed immediate result. Therefore, they joined the program. Zach and his wife realized that we are really indeed the real deal. They learn things from us that are actionable and relatable to them, which allows them to see immediate results. Just like Zach, if you want to intervene before your children got addicted to the screens or internet, if you want to nurture happier and healthier and more courageous children, if you want to implement good parenting practices fast and be damn good at parenting, please continue to read on. My children are young. I think I still have time. Some of you may actually think that I still have time. My children are still young. Here is that message to you. When your children are young, it is the best time to start, because you want to wait until they are quite too old. It's too late, or maybe that's time they don't want to listen to you anymore when they are 12 or 13, or maybe at an older age. Some of you may actually think, I'm too busy. I don't have time to do this. Here is Zach's message to you. You should do this if you are too busy. You don't have time to figure out on your own. What if my children are adolescents or teenagers? They refuse to listen to me, and my relationship with my children is chaotic and tense. I would like to present you another case studies of my students, Jenny. How we help Jenny, a mother of 13-year-old teenage son, to reduce her son's screen time from 8 hours to 3 hours a day in 1 month. Jenny is a 13-year-old, is a mother of 13-year-old son. Before working with us, Jenny's sons grew up reading books and playing board games, puzzle, and toy trains. But when the boy got an iPad and Nintendo Switch of the age of 12, he became addicted and was gaming and watching YouTube 8 hours a day. After working with us, gadget use was reduced from 8 hours to 3 hours in just over a month. Her son starts to show back interest in his reading, board games, trains, and spend time indulging in these hobbies. Her son's academic performance even improved significantly after the reduction of screen time. In the past, Jenny has to nag and threaten to remove the gadgets. Her son will fight back, throw tantrums, or have meltdowns. Instead of reacting, Jenny responded better to help her son regulate the screen time. In the past, her sons refused to reconnect with Jenny. He even regarded Jenny as an outdated mom. Some family conflict has damaged the good relationship that she had with him when he was younger. After working with us on working on her inner self and her relationship with herself, more importantly, working on her mindset about parenting, how to communicate and rebuild a different type of relationship with her teenage son. Now, her son has been open to reconnecting back with Jenny. In September 2022, he told us that her son invited her to play a video game with her. And that's only within 2 months ever since she started working with us. When she first met us and heard about our past case studies and experienced the work we do through Reduce Your Child's Screen Time webinar, she knew we were the best options for her breakthrough. But her biggest concern was her self-doubt that she can do this, as her relationship with her son was so chaotic. It was always fighting and resentment. Still, she took the leap of faith. They say the rest is history. Just like Jenny, if you want to stop your child's screen or internet addiction, if you want to build a deeper connection with your child, which lasts a lifetime, if you want your child to have a healthier habits to do with his or her time and able to achieve better in life, then please continue to stay on. Jenny's message is, it's never too late to connect and build a better relationship with your teenage son. And it's never too late to help your teenage son to reduce their screen time and nurture good screen habits. Therefore, we need to adapt and learn new parenting skills, digital parenting. You need to adapt and learn about digital parenting so you can connect with your children and influence them. You need to nurture good screen habits so that your children use the internet in a healthier way. You need to empower them to use the internet so that they can learn to stay safe online. When you do that, your children will use the internet or tech devices responsibly and stay safe online. When you do that, you have a deeper connections and bonding with your children and have a happier family life. Now, it is time to upgrade our thinking to gain back power back from the screens or internet. What are the old limiting beliefs you need to let go about the internet or screens? Remember, download the workbook. All these questions and available is in the workbook. So let's go through this. What are the old limiting beliefs you need to let go about the internet or screens? What are the new empowering beliefs you need to install about gaining our power back from the screens or internet? Write and do your homework in the workbook and post it in the Facebook group. So scan the QR code or type and just go to the link that I provided below and download the workbook. And do the homework, post in the group. In the next video, I'm going to review how to use agreement to get your child to agree and stick to what they agree about their screen time. Use our diagnostic tool if you find your child constantly breaking his or her promise and words and not sticking to his or her agreed screen time. How to set healthy boundaries with the technological device or apps and send family so everyone in family units are using their devices responsibly and safely. How billion-dollar tech industries gamble with your children and their screen time. The screen or internet is so addictive. How can we create the interest enough to get off the screens or internet? And how can we set a balanced life between our online and physical world? And so much more. So remember to mark your calendar, 14 October, Saturday, and this is where the third masterclass will come. Comment below and let me know what are the key takeaways from day 2 of Reduced Screen Time Masterclass. I'll see you in the day 3 masterclass.